Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Rexburg, Idaho, on the campus of Madison High School here at the Madison Bobcats Stadium. We are here for the Rocky Mountain Rumble, game number 5 of the Rumble right now. It sits Idaho 2, other states 2, I guess I should say in Canada 2. So this will be the rubber match for now, and one of those two will take the lead. This is an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the Rocky Mountain Rumble, presented by Teton Auto Group and Ermac Pediatrics. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valley-Wide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, your local Toyota dealers, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Hi, everybody. I'm Logan Green, joined alongside Dallin Fryer. And Dallin, today, Sugar-Salem, defending state champs from a year ago, they will be playing a team from California, making the long drive here to the Rumble.
Yeah, I'm absolutely excited to be here today to watch some good football. I personally have not been able to watch the powerhouse that is the Sugar-Salem football team out here in the last few years, so I'm stoked to be here today. Excited to watch some ground nose football today with both teams not running really spread offenses like you see in high school football a lot.
Yeah, I mean, last night I was at the Rigby game against Lehigh, and the only time a quarterback took a snap under center was when Lehigh took a knee. That was it. Everything was
right.
in the shotgun, wide receivers spread wide, lots of throwing the ball. But this one should be a ground game. You see right now Sugar working on some stuff down there. They like to go under center, and that is what Templeton does. The Templeton Eagles make their long road trip up from California. This is a school that has roughly 730 students, so it's a little bit bigger than Sugar. It would be a low-end 4A school, maybe the size of an Emmett, somebody like that. So they are right on that edge of what would be a 3 and a 4A school, very similar to Sugar-Salem. So schools similar in size, but in California, that's not how they do their enrollment, or they do their classifications. They lost in their section semifinal to a school of 3,200 students. There is no school with 3,200 students in Idaho. I think the largest high school is Mountain View, and they have 2,200, something like that, and Boise has around 2,000. But outside of that, I mean, that's 1,000 more students. I can't even imagine that. 3,200 students at a school.
I definitely wouldn't know where to go get my locker.
Yeah, how do you get through that? How do you get? They got to have like 15-minute gaps like they do in college for you to be able to get where you need to go. But they make the trip up. They return 17 starters, 12 of which started last year as a sophomore. A little bit more about Templeton. You might wonder, how do you? The Rumble traditionally consists of team from Idaho and teams from Utah, and this is kind of branched out a little bit. We saw a team from Canada yesterday, which was an interesting thing in and of itself. Offensively, they played by Canadian rules. So they were running towards the line of scrimmage. Their receivers, I think it threw Marsh Valley off. They're like, "Why are you running at me? You don't practice that."
And surely the referees had to brush up on their Canadian football
that's
rules
not a false
bit.
start. You can do that. That was interesting. But Templeton comes here by way of their former principal. Their former principal was Josh Aston, who came from Minico High School, which is where I just found out your wife went to high school. So look at this, connections all around right here in this booth.
Yep.
But he came from Minico. Minico, of course, played in the Rumble. Minico, a good team. They went to the state semifinals last year. They're going to be right there in 4A again this year. They're a good program. And so he kind of helped get this in motion, helped get this here. They've been fundraising for a couple of years back to the beginning of 2022 to help get here. And I was behind a couple of Templeton fans as I came in, and they had some nice – I was wondering where I could get one of those T-shirts. They had these T-shirts made that had some – I don't know if it was a roster on it, but it had, Templeton versus Sugar-Salem. So it was pretty cool to see. It's fun to go on a trip like this, I think, for those guys.
Absolutely, and especially where this is their first game of the season, too. The players are hungry, but, fans are hungry, too. They love watching high school football. They love watching their kids and, their kids, whoever it might be, their friends' kids.
Yeah, it's time for football, right? And I like that. As a fan on that side, we are up here doing this, as a broadcast professionally, and obviously no sides taken. But on Saturdays when I watch college football, I enjoy being a fan, and I enjoy that with the kids, right? I like being a fan of the kids and seeing what they can do, and so does everybody else here. So this should be a fun game. Sugar-Salem, of course, won the state championship a year ago, and they've won 4 of the past 5 state championships at the 3A level. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the open.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the East Idaho Prepcast covers every inch of District 5 and District 6 activities in Idaho.
Just think about this. The Highland Ram cheerleaders won their 14th 5A title in the past 15 seasons. And then they went on to win the national competition in California.
Hosted by Sean Kane, the East Idaho Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. Or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Dear road rivals, you may have 4 wheels and a similar build, but our resemblance ends right there. Later, Toyota.
Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
I'm Connor from Idaho Falls. In high school, I started having trouble with my muscles. Playing football, kids half my size were pushing me around. My mom and I spent months traveling the country looking for answers. We finally got one right here at Ermac. I have a rare disease that causes my cells to lose energy. After 2 years of using a wheelchair, the therapist at Ermac taught me how to walk again. Now I can do the things that I enjoy and live the life I want. That's why I say, take me to Ermac.
And welcome back here to Madison High School. As we are about to be underway here, Sugar-Salem will kick off. Templeton won the kick, and they have elected, or excuse me, Sugar won the toss and elected to defer, and Templeton will be receiving. So here we go, kickoff coming from the Sugar-Salem Diggers, and the kick is going to go out of bounds. It was touched and went out of bounds. Looked like the first guy there that touched it was number 20.
Far, it's a testament of the truth.
They'll go left side, and that ball comes out, and Templeton's going to scoop it up. They've got it across the 45, so they return the fumble about 6 yards, and just like that, Templeton able to regain possession after that turnover on downs just a moment ago.
All right, scooping up the fumble. Apologize if my name is wrong here, but Colton Sabira. Great job scooping. I mean, in that situation, sometimes people will just jump on the ball, but he was able to get another 10 yards scooping up there.
Yeah, it's that darned if you do, darned if you don't. If you just fall on it when you had a bunch of green grass, they'll say, why don't you try to scoop that up? And then if you try to scoop it up because you have green grass and you don't get it, you don't fall on it, they say you should have fell on it. So 1st and 10 Templeton as we basically restart. They're going to look to throw whistles below, and that's a late whistle blowing here. And we've got a false start here by the Eagles.
Unfortunate for them because they did have a receiver with a lot of space over on that left side of the field.
So it'll go back 5 yards. And here's a run that picks up about 8, so they get 3 yards back after the penalty. So 2nd and 8 yards to go. So I guess that was a gain of 7, if my math is correct.
And their quarterback, Anthony Chavez, he's already showing that he's an athlete. He can throw his own pass and catch his own pass. He can run.
Yeah, right. Does that go down as a reception?
I believe so.
Here's a run up the middle and a nice job getting down to the 45-yard line on the carry that time. Mark Mitchell for Templeton, and a chance at a first down here.
Yeah, and this is perfect territory for a team that loves to run the ball. 3rd and short. This is where the big men up front earn their paychecks.
And they'll push through and pick up. Wow, the far judge is at the 44.5, but the near judge is at the 43.5. They're going to hedge and go to the 44 and say first down.
Yeah, I think our main official there decided it was close enough.
Yeah, they were right there. I thought he got the push.
I thought he did too. I mean, there was a lot of bodies there, and Chavez got low. He's likely to get the yard there.
And this ball pops out, and Sugar almost had it, but falling on it was number 19, Daxon Kalagna. I think Templeton has this. They do.
Very fortunate there because it looks like it was number 8 over there for Sugar-Salem, Tate Cutler. He dove on the ball, but like we talked about earlier with fumbles, it's really hard to recover sometimes. Sometimes the ball will just keep squirting around, and sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not.
So a false start there by the offense pushes the ball back even further. So, man, this is 2nd and 5, 10, 13, or 23. And that one picks up nothing, so it'll be 3rd and about the same. 3rd and 23 officially.
And again, this is kind of uncharted territory for Templeton. For a team that loves throwing the ball, we've seen that Chavez has a good arm on him, but still 23 yards when the team knows they're going to pass it. This might be one of those.
So 3rd down and long, you're right. Might as well take a shot here. As again, this is branded as wing T, but they've thrown the ball an awful lot. They're going to pitch it out left side. Some bit of a room to run, but man, that Sugar-Salem defense swarms all over it. Lots of blue jerseys all around. The first guy in there for Sugar-Salem, number 66, Ryan Bingham.
And we've already said Ryan Bingham's name a couple of times. He's one of the captains on the team. I mean, Sugar is full of leaders out there. And,
they are.
And a lot of experience, a lot of confidence, and they're showing it already.
So Templeton will punt it away after recovering the fumble and picking up a first down. This one back very deep. It's going to be fielded at the 8 and still going backwards, and he's in the end zone. No, he's going to be right at the 1. So the return man for Sugar was Josiah Bosco, and he drifted back after he caught it all the way, and he was in the end zone. And I think that would have been he didn't. It wasn't any defender that pushed him back in there. That was his own momentum, and now he's able to get it out to the 1. So pinned up against their own goal line right now are the Diggers.
And that was great punt coverage by Templeton there. That's something that kind of gets lost in the art of high school football sometimes because there's not a lot of practice time to really do special teams. But obviously Templeton, well-trained in the offseason, great coverage there.
So we'll run up the middle here for Sugar, and they're going to pick up about 5, and that's you can't get any better than that. Pick up a couple more there. Now it is 3rd and 1 after they move it up to the 10-yard line. So 3rd and 1, and then here comes a flag here from the near side. And Sugar seems to think it's on Templeton. And it is encroachment there.
And that's one of those, it's our first game of the season type of plays for Templeton, maybe getting excited, trying to make a big play in your first game of the year. they'll work those things out throughout the season.
So a first down off the penalty. There for Sugar-Salem, as their last drive ended in a fumble. They'll go right side and push forward, and Carson Harris a couple more yards. So I guess we should mention a new quarterback in for Sugar-Salem. This is James Chase. I believe Daniel Neal was the quarterback for the last couple years. He's gone now to graduation, and so Chase is the quarterback now for Sugar-Salem. Again, we mentioned it, if you're a Templeton fan, Sugar-Salem is, across classifications, is well known for their dominance and what they've done in 3A football. They have played for the past 5 state championships, and they've won 4 of them, as Chase rolls to his left and gets 1 yard, so it'll be 3rd and 1. And it's very funny because in the 4 state championships they've won, they have played the same team all 4 years, the Homedale Trojans, who, Sugar-Salem, about 30, 40 miles from the Wyoming border, while on the other side, Homedale is about 15 miles from the Oregon border, so opposite ends of the state, and those two just are magnets to each other. Sugar has ended their season 5 years in a row. They met 2 years ago in the state semifinals in Homedale. So 3rd and 1, as Harris will take this one up, and Harris has got another hole. He's up across the 40, keeps his feet across the 50, and he swipes away a defender now down to the 30-yard line. Carson Harris, what a heck of a run. He is so hard to bring down. He's short in stature, but he's very tough.
And I mean, I'd like to say it's the blocking up front that has given him the initial hole, but after that, both of his big runs he's had so far, he's been able to bounce off of contact. He's been able to adjust positions. I mean, he's an athlete. There's no doubt about that.
He was on the baseball team for Sugar-Salem that went to the state semifinals this year. They played Kimberly in the semifinals, who went on to lose the state championship to Marsh Valley. Chase rolls right, and this one is caught. That was a dangerous throw. That's a no. Okay, that'll be all right type play. I thought that one might get intercepted, throwing across his body under pressure. But, hey, you know what? You'll take the pickup. They're going to say 10 yards, I think, or 9 and – nope, 10 yards. So a first down, Sugar-Salem.
Yeah, definitely one of those plays that when they're watching film next week, they're going to say, okay, never do this again, but great job.
So ball at the 20 in the red zone for the first time tonight are the Diggers. They'll run that one forward for about 3 yards. So 2nd down, 7 yards to go. This is a quick moving first quarter. We are under a minute to go here in the first, no score. And this is not normal. Sugar, in its spin, they blow everybody out when they play. They are not used to even being in a game this close, even this early, as Harris goes forward and he rumbles down to about the 12-yard line. It'll be another 3rd down, and Sugar has been able to pick up these 3rd downs. They've had multiple of them on this drive, and they just continue to pick it up.
Yeah, this is I don't think they're too nervous about this play, and it's even 4-down territory as well. They're confident that they can get 3 yards, 4 yards in the next 2 plays. And this will likely be the last play of the quarter. There's only 8 seconds left in the quarter.
And the horn sounds, and they are going to end the quarter. So that'll do it for the first quarter of play here from Madison. Zeros on the board. Sugar-Salem and Templeton tied at 0. Hey, Taylor Chevrolet, they're proud to support Sugar-Salem athletics. Taylor Chevrolet has been serving the Upper Valley for over 90 years with excellent service and a stellar sales team. Taylor Chevrolet is home of oil changes for life. That's right, buy any new or used vehicle and never worry about your oil again. Taylor Chevrolet is your Southeast Idaho auto leader with a wide selection of Chevrolet and Cadillac models. Come in today and get the vehicle you want with oil changes for life. Stop by their Rexburg location or visit them online at TaylorChev.com. Since 1963, Harold Harris Construction has been family-owned and operated construction business serving all of Southeast Idaho and western Wyoming. Harold Harris Construction proudly supports Sugar-Salem athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck in today's game. So I want to thank Kelly Canyon. They want to wish all the Eastern Idaho teams playing in the Rumble today the best of luck. Winter is right around the corner, as crazy as that sounds. So no matter your ski level, there is a place for you at Kelly Canyon and soon. Doug and the folks at Kelly Canyon want to give a special shout out to all the youth in the Upper Valley Grid Kid organization. Many of those kids will be playing here in these games in just a couple of seasons. So thank you to all those involved in Upper Valley Grid Kid.
Now, if there's a winter as long as last winter, it might be skiing in May again.
Oh, gosh. It never ended last year. So here we go, 3rd and 3, and you knew it was going to Carson Harris. It went to Carson Harris, and he picks up another first down.
Yeah, it's interesting. They showed a play before the time ran out, or when the time ran out in the first quarter, and they actually ran that exact same play. You don't always see that. Sometimes you see them change up the play because they don't want to.
They showed their hand essentially.
But I mean, if you're Sugar, why not give the ball to your guy?
And I think that might be part of the Sugar mentality is we don't care that you saw our play. We're going to pick that thing up anyway. Sugar-Salem, of course, also won the state championship at 3A boys basketball last year. As this one will go to the right. The end around is going to be in for a touchdown for the Diggers. Number 17, Dawson McAnally, one of the all-state tournament baseball players from last year. So McAnally gets in for the touchdown. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, McAnally just committed to play baseball at Utah Tech. So a great baseball player getting in the end zone for a touchdown.
Absolutely. Great blocking up front, but great play. Great play by McAnally.
So they'll square up for the extra point. It's up, and it is good. So at the 11-11 mark, an 8-yard touchdown run by number 17, Dawson McAnally, makes it 7-0 Sugar-Salem. So I'm gonna confirm that where McAnally is going, but he committed somewhere for baseball.
Well, Utah Tech, a great baseball program, moving just to the WAC a couple years ago.
Oh, here we go. Where did he commit? Yes, he did. 2 days ago, he committed to play college baseball at Utah Tech. He's a shortstop. He also pitched at the state tournament last year for Sugar-Salem, and I broadcasted the 3A tournament, so I got to see him do. I not on purpose, but somehow I broadcasted Sugar in the state playoffs last year for football. Did their basketball tournament where they won a state championship, and then did their baseball tournament where they made it to the semifinals. As that kick is going to tap into the end zone. They are just good at everything.
I mean, they might as well put you on their payroll.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, somebody. Lance, can you get me on that down there? Man, they just are. I mean, there was a couple years ago that I think they won it in. They won football. They won soccer. They won girls and boys basketball, And then they won base, but it was almost a clean sweep across the board for Sugar.
Well, and I mean, that's in college sports that earns you a trophy. There should be some type of trophy for that.
Yeah,
as well.
the what do they call it?
They call it the Learfield Cup now.
Yeah, Learfield. As a broken play turns into something here for Templeton. They're out across the 35 down to the 37-yard line. That's number 19 on the carry, Daxton Kalagna, and he's got a first down. So 1st and 10 for Templeton. 11:01 to go here in the second quarter. As this one goes right side and a pickup of about 4 on that quarterback scramble.
And Templeton, they haven't backed down from Sugar-Salem. They've been able to move the ball. Just turnovers and not being able to finish inside the red zone has really cost them so far.
So 2nd and 7 here for Sugar. As the officials are discussing something. They're going to add some time back on the clock. It was at 10:41, and they're going to make it 10:50, is what they say. So Templeton takes it back after that and picks up maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and about 6 yards to go here for the Eagles. In a day that, a nice day here in Rexburg where it was blue skies earlier. I stayed with my cousin up on the hill, and I was outside with her husband while their kids were riding their bikes, and I was like, what a day. Blue skies, not a cloud in the sky, and now it's cloudy and looks like it might rain, which was a serious problem here in eastern Idaho last night.
Yeah, a lot of games finishing around midnight last night.
This one is going to be bouncing off, and somehow he gets it in a first down. What a play by the quarterback for Templeton. Number 3, Anthony Chavez, was dead in the water. He was going to be sacked, and I was ready for it to come out of my mouth that Chavez is going to be sacked, but he bounces out of it and completes a pass for a first down.
Well, and I'll be honest, I'm watching through the video camera right now, the lens, and I'm trying to, I couldn't even see him bounce off right there.
Oh, my goodness, just literally like a pinball coming off the bottom. He bounced backwards and makes the completion. Fresh set of downs here for the Eagles. That run goes up the middle for maybe a yard. The ball carrier that time, number 23, Mark Mitchell. But my goodness, what a play by Chavez. He was dead in the water there. He was inside. He is wrapped up and somehow able to come out of it. And a little bit of a desperation throw, but it was right on the money, and they had 2 different receivers that could have brought that in for a catch. So 2nd down and 9. This will be a handoff backside and slammed. Nowhere to go, and it was Dawson McAnally who came in for the hit. I don't think that that River Waltmeyer knew that was going to be there when he turned the corner.
Yeah, excellent play. We're going to call McAnally's name a few more times, I'm expecting.
Yeah, and he plays both ways. Carson Harris plays both ways. A lot of these guys for Sugar do play both ways. 7-0, 9 minutes on the clock here in the second quarter from Madison High School. Probably the nicest football facility for a high school team in the state right here in Rexburg. Chavez is going to be a false start of some sort on somebody, the team. No, a timeout. And probably a good decision because a lot of people were moving before that ball was snapped. But, well, we're excited to be here with Templeton making the drive up. They have a decent amount of fans over there across the way. Some support. I'm sure there's more that would love to be here. So if you're watching from Templeton or a Templeton fan, welcome into the broadcast. Thanks for joining us here. We are in Rexburg, which is straight north from Salt Lake. If you're trying to look at a map or just visualize it in your mind, it's just almost a straight shot north from Salt Lake City, about 4 hours to get there from here. It is on a clear, yesterday you could see the top tip of the Grand Teton, but the clouds are here, so you cannot see it today. But literally just if you took the 50-yard line and went straight up, you could see the top of the Grand Teton right here in Rexburg, which is 90 minutes from Yellowstone. That's roughly. And then another 9. You can go north to Yellowstone or east to the Teton Park, as that pass is going to fall at the feet of the receiver incomplete. This is Idaho has two climates, right? It almost splits in the middle, where the Treasure Valley is more dry and warmer, and this is not the dry and warmer side in the winter.
Yeah, you might want to have four-wheel drive if you're driving in Idaho. In this part of Idaho, I should say.
It is very cold here in the winter. It snows a lot. 4th down, so Templeton will have to punt it away. And this one's going to be short, and everybody just has to bail. You don't want that to hit the back of a calf or something like that unexpectedly and give the punting team a chance to get it back. So Sugar-Salem will take over 1st and 10 on their 27-yard line.
And so far it's been a lot of big runs from Sugar. I wouldn't be surprised to see them air it out a little bit on this drive as well. We haven't seen it quite yet.
That last drive was methodical. They took their time, and it started at the 1-yard line. A 99-yard drive, mostly on the ground, as Sugar-Salem kept it in the hands of Carson Harris. You saw McAnally get the touchdown run. 8:29 to go here in the second quarter. This one, they'll keep it with Chase, and Chase is forward. He's got a 1st down up to the 39-yard line. A run of 12, 1st and 10, Sugar-Salem.
Yeah, a little option play there. I love the option, and especially when you have a quarterback that's big and long that can run the option. Those fake pitches that they give can really confuse the defense, and it can really open up lanes for your running backs as well as the quarterback.
So I personally didn't know where Templeton was, but I just looked it up. It is between the Bay and Los Angeles, but not near the interstate. More rural, it looks like. So very similar to where we're at here. Chase runs the option. He'll pitch it to the right, and it's held on to, and dancing around going down at the 45 is Josiah Bosco. We'll cut a gain of 6 down to the 45, 2nd and 4 here for Sugar-Salem. Templeton, again, played in their regional semifinals last year and lost to a team of a school with an enrollment larger than any school in Idaho. So it'd be like, if you're a Sugar fan listening or somewhere else, Sugar-Salem playing Mountain View. That is essentially, but Mountain View is not even that many students in their school, as Harris rumbles forward. He's got a 1st down, gain of 6, and move the chains again for Sugar as they continue to keep it on the ground and continue to pick up chunks of yards.
That's really crazy for me to think about, because I went to a school about the same size as Sugar-Salem, and whenever we would play a 5A school in basketball, it didn't really feel much different, but when you played a 5A school in football, if you looked over at the sideline, you see 45 more players than you have. And you see these guys taking breaks.
It's very true. Basketball is one sport that you could get by. You got 5 really good players. It doesn't matter the size of the school. Football is a little different. Here, 1st down. And Chase will go to the right, and he's wrapped up. Man, what a tackle there by number 24 for Templeton. That's Lane Miller, who just throws Chase down. I mean, even in Idaho, you look at 1A basketball, our smallest level, Lapway High School. I don't know how many kids they've got, 90, 100, if that. And they're beating 5A schools year in and year out in basketball, and they want to play 5A schools,
Absolutely.
and they beat them. And so basketball, a little bit of a different story, but football, you got to have those bodies. And so that's a tall order for Templeton when they get to those playoffs.
I mean, the size difference is essentially what a 1A to a 5A would be between what Templeton did in their semis last year.
1,300, 1,500 is the difference, and that's a 5A school in Idaho. So
and 1A in Idaho plays 8-man football.
Right, yes, exactly. It's totally it is a completely different game. So 3rd down and 4 yards to go. Sugar is just eating clock here as we are at the 5-minute and 25-second mark of the second quarter. Both teams keeping it on the ground, but more through the air from Templeton than we thought we would see.
Yeah, and I mean, the run has been shut down periodically by Sugar when Templeton's been running the ball, but it's been off and on. But like you said, a lot of passes.
Chase throws it left to McAnally, who's got the short gain for the first down. He needed 4, he got 5, and they'll move the chains once again. Just a short pass. Like I mentioned, McAnally was on the all-state tournament team for baseball a year ago. 4:45 to go now here, second quarter. Chase goes up the middle. He picks up about 4 yards down to the 35. 3 yards. And, it's funny, I was just talking to how I don't know how I've done so many Sugar games. I don't even live anywhere near Sugar-Salem. I'm on the opposite side of the state. I live in the Treasure Valley near Boise, but somehow that's just always where the chips fall.
Well, and where you do so many state championship or state tournaments in Boise, Sugar's always
they're
there.
always there. When it
In
comes to
every
a state
sport.
tournament, they're going to be there. It's death, taxes, Sugar-Salem making it to the state tournament. 4 minutes to go. They'll hand off to Harris, and he flips forward for about 3, and it'll be 3rd down and 4. I always say that with Lapwai. We just talked about them. When they go to state basketball, the state basketball tournament for all levels in Idaho is in Boise. So all the schools that are in the tournament go to Boise, and you play at a school or a location. When Lapwai checks out of the hotel on Saturday morning, they just reserve it for next year. They just say, just put us down. We're going to be here. And, Sugar is almost at that point, too, where they can do something like that.
Well, and Lapwai actually upset last year in the boys basketball state tournament.
They did. They lost the championship, and the girls lost, too, in the semifinals.
True.
And that was shocking. 3rd and 5, they're going to say. Harris will go left side, and Harris, he fights his way forward, and he's got the first down. And there's a flag down right at the point of tackle. So I wonder if there's a face mask here. Or a horse collar, maybe. That's what I thought the official was motioning. Wait for the call. So it is a face mask. So the face mask will move it up a couple of yards, just the 5-yard variety.
That's got to be a hard call for an official to determine the 5-yard and the 15-yard because 15 yards, they're egregious, they're obvious, but a lot of 5 yards really are an interpretation call.
Yeah, and it's a brush. Was it my fingers caught it and I let go, or?
Well, and how many face masks happen between the tackles?
You got to think every time there is probably, if nobody can see me, I'm going to get my hands in there. 2.5 minutes to go here. Sugar just eating up clock. Here's a run to the right side. Following his blockers, good run there by number 8. That's Tate Cutler, the senior, and he picks up 9.5. Maybe 10. We'll see where they spot it. They got him 10 yards. It'll be a first down.
And as good as the skill players are from Sugar-Salem year in, year out, their linemen up front, they really are the foundation of this team. They are able to fire off the ball every single play. You always see them either 5 yards up the field or on their knees from having pushed somebody up the field as well.
So he didn't get the first. Yeah, there it is. I was wondering when the whistle was going to blow. It was 2nd and short, and big number 77, Caden Dalling, he moved on the line on the left side, and I was waiting for the flag, and it finally came. He was trying to point around, but no, we saw that up here, buddy. Sorry to say that. And these games in Rexburg, for those listening from far away, is home to BYU Idaho across the way. I think it's the largest enrollment university in the state. There's a ton of people that go to school there. 1 minute and 40 seconds on the clock now. Chase goes left side. This one caught by Lee. Lee fighting forward, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and 6.
And we still haven't seen Sugar-Salem take any shots downfield. It's all been quick passes, which is, typical of them. When are they going to do that? I don't know. But I'm sure it will happen eventually. But right now, haven't got a lot through the air.
And Templeton's not going to be expecting it. When it comes, it's going to come, and it's going to be a chunk play because it's almost like they lull you into this, like 6-yard run, 5-yard run, 4-yard run, and they're going to go over the top. So here we go, 3rd and 6. Chase with the handoff, left side and room to run. Going across the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown for Tate Cutler. An 18-yard run. That at the 45-second mark. A 18-yard run again by number 8, Tate Cutler.
I need to start looking at the time of possession before each drive because I didn't look at the specific time, but that had to be 6 or 7 minutes.
I think it was around the 5.5-minute mark that they got the ball. They ate up at least 5 minutes on that drive. There's the kick. It's up. It's good. So 14-0 now. Sugar-Salem on top. Again, Sugar-Salem played a game last week against a 4A school, so a classification larger than them, Century High School in Pocatello, and shut out Pocatello. A big win there for Sugar-Salem. So a win here would bring them to 2-0 on the season.
And with only 45 seconds left on the clock, they do get the ball to start the second half as well. And so, barring a big play by Templeton, all the momentum is in the Diggers' favor right now.
And I think if you're Templeton, you got to take a shot here. Sugar has just shown that they're going to eat clock. It could be 5 minutes left in the third quarter by the time you get the ball back to start the second half. The opening kickoff for Sugar went out of bounds. So if I'm Templeton and it's going that way, I wouldn't touch it. This one's going to be caught at the 5. It'll be returned from there by Chavez. Chavez across the 25, still on his feet, and there's the big play you talked about. He's across the 40, down to the 45, and just shy of midfield. The quarterback, Anthony Chavez, on the return, gets all the way just shy of midfield with 32 seconds.
How many times have you said the quarterback?
Yeah, on a kick return. Yeah. 8-man, that happens a lot, but not even here at the 3A level. Do you see a QB back there returning it?
But, I mean, you put your athletes back there. That's always one of the most athletic players on the field. And obviously it worked for Templeton on that play. Chavez gets a break right now, too, where I believe Sugar-Salem took a timeout on the field. So they get a little bit of a break and a chance to try to put any momentum they can into halftime.
This would be huge. Now, something to look at is if we go over here to this flag, you see that wind, right? That's what Rexburg's known for, is the wind, right? It is always windy. So that wind is blowing across the field out. They're going to be throwing into the wind here. And so that will be something to watch for on this drive. They don't have it at their back. So we'll see what Templeton draws up here, how they want to handle that. It is very windy down there on the field right now.
And again, we've seen Chavez throw the ball quite a bit today, more than we expected. He's thrown it deep. He's had a couple shorter throws. We'll see if they try to go short, long, or if just go long right away.
So 32 seconds on the clock here for Templeton. Chavez takes the shotgun snap and a quick pass and going down, and that is the epitome of what you did not want in that situation. A pass that loses a yard, and the clock was still going to run, and they have to take a timeout. It just, outside of a sack or a turnover, that is not what you wanted to see as if you're Templeton.
And
they didn't call a time.
Yeah,
they didn't use it. So down to 8 seconds. They got to hurry up here, and they're just going to run it, and we'll see if they use a timeout now. No, they did not use their timeouts and kind of give up what was a good situation on that kick return, and they will head into halftime down 14-0. So Sugar-Salem up by 14 here on Templeton as we head to halftime. We'll be back with the halftime show presented by Next Steps Idaho right after this.
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the East Idaho Prepcast covers every inch of District 5 and District 6 activities in Idaho.
Just think about this. The Highland Ram cheerleaders won their 14th 5A title in the past 15 seasons. And then they went on to win the national competition in California.
Hosted by Sean Kane, the East Idaho Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. Or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Well, is Irmac really the best hospital for pediatric care? I mean, aren't all ERs the same?
Not all ERs are the same. Irmac's ER has been delivering high-level clinical care for over 3 decades. As a Level 2 trauma and burn center, Irmac is well equipped to handle pediatric injury and illness. All Irmac ER nurses have higher-level pediatric certifications, and that's just not common in all ERs. And this expertise and experience is found only at Irmac.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text StartMyQuit to 36072.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
And welcome into the Next Steps Idaho halftime show, thinking about what's next for your career or education. Be sure to let Next Steps Idaho help you to the life you want to live. 14-0 Sugar-Salem on top of Templeton. I'm getting stats, which is really nice. That doesn't happen a lot. So I'm just going to wait. We'll have those in a minute once they come via email. But Sugar-Salem, the number I want to see, Dallin, is time of possession.
It's got to be, I mean, let's see, we have 30 minutes and a half. I would say they had to have had the ball for at least 18 of it.
Well, so
right?
So at the end of one, it was 0-0. In the second quarter, Sugar-Salem scored both their touchdowns. So they scored at the 11-11 mark of the second quarter, an 8-yard touchdown run by number 17, Dawson McAnally. And then Templeton got the ball back. They went on a little drive, a couple first downs, but maybe 2 to 3 minutes. And they're throwing out T-shirts, and I want to ask Lance how we get one of those. And then, they gave the ball back over, and so I'm going to think. I said 5.5 minutes. It was longer that they got the ball because it was at the 45-second mark they scored again. So from the time they scored their first touchdown, that touchdown at the 11-11 mark. Only Templeton had the ball once and Sugar had the ball once, and 11 minutes went by.
In the first quarter, we had 3 fumbles on the first 2 possessions.
Right.
2 lost. One was one went out of bounds, and so that kind of skewed the time a little bit. But since then, it really hasn't been much other than Sugar-Salem offense.
Yeah, and Sugar-Salem has just dominated up front. They've been able to. They are not getting chunk plays. It's 4, 5, 6 yards after 4, 5, 6 yards after 4, 5, 6 yards. And that's what you need to do. They've been able to control the line, control the time of possession, been able to corral in those fumbles. They had that fumble on the opening drive of the game where Carson Harris had a 45-yard run to start things off, and he's got to be over 100 yards rushing here in the first half. I'm just waiting on that stat sheet to come.
Well, and I think this is something, I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the second half, but I think that Templeton, they can watch this film after this game and look at Sugar-Salem and how they're able to get those 4, 5, 6 yard plays every single time, and that will benefit them a lot through the season. And same thing on the other side. Sugar can learn a lot of things because the principles are the same on both sides of the ball for Templeton and for Sugar-Salem. And so these two opponents are very unique to have at the start of the season, because as the season progresses, they'll be able to be strengthened through this game by each other.
So time of possession is not as resounding as I thought. Sugar had the ball for 13.5 minutes, and Templeton had it for 10.5. So really not a huge number there. We'll look here at some team stats and look at individual stats. But a team stat to look at here, third down conversions, Sugar-Salem 4 for 4, Templeton 2 for 5. Sugar been able to convert all 4 of their third downs, something that Templeton has not been able to do. Rushing attempts, pretty even, 20-17, but yards rushing, 200 yards on the ground in the first half for Sugar-Salem to 73 for Templeton. I think usually you'd say, hey, 73 yards on the ground, it's It's going to get roughly 150 during the game. That's pretty good, but not when the opposite you has 200 yards on the ground. The longest rush was 52 yards. That was by Carson Harris. Carson Harris, 9 rushes for 132 yards on the day. He's averaging 14.7 yards per attempt.
I'm sure that means that he's just hungry for the end zone this half.
Oh, yeah. And he is just a high-energy guy. Like, at state baseball, I mean, he was consistently hitting the ball in situations where they needed a hit. I think if I said, who do you want up to bat in a tight situation, I'm sure there are, probably, quote, better baseball players on that team. But if I want an athlete to make a play, I want Carson Harris. That's who I would want out there with his energy. 24 offensive plays for Sugar-Salem, 23 offensive plays for Templeton. Yards overall, 219 yards for Sugar-Salem, so only 19 yards through the air for the Diggers. Only 90 total yards, though, for Templeton.
And most of it came in that first, let's see, I think it was their second drive where they were able to get to the 19.
Yeah, they got in the red zone and just couldn't get it done.
But Templeton, I mean, if the score's only 14-0 with that big of a lopsided yard discrepancy, that's something to be encouraged about, because if you can just have one of those long drives, if you can make a stop to Sugar-Salem right out of the gates and then put together a great drive, it's only a one-possession game.
Yeah, it's really not that far off. To only be down 14 against a team like Sugar-Salem, there's a lot of teams in the state that would say, yeah, we'll take being down only 14 to Sugar at halftime.
Absolutely.
Opposite side for, look at some stats here for Templeton. Anthony Chavez was 4 for 6, had 17 yards through the air. Rushing the ball for the Eagles, Daxton Kalogna led the way, 8 rushes for 53 yards with a long of 44. Anthony Chavez had 5 rushes for 13 yards. Mark Mitchell, 3 rushes for 8 yards, and River Waltmeyer had 1 rush for -1 yards. 4 different receivers caught the ball for the Eagles. Waltmeyer, Chavez. Yeah, there it is. So he got credit for a reception on that deflected pass. One, it says thrown to once. So he did. He threw it to himself.
So he has a completion. He throws, he rushes, he returns kicks, and he catches his own passes.
He does. He is in everything except punt returns. That kickoff return he had was 43 yards. River Waltmeyer has 2 punt returns for 65 yards for Templeton. On the opposite side, Sugar-Salem, James Chase, 4 for 4 on the day, only 19 yards. Longest pass was 10 yards, but that's it. He's only thrown 4 times. His quarterback rating, 139.9. Can't beat that. Again, Carson Harris, 9 rushes for 132 yards. James Chase, the quarterback, has 5 rushes for 24 yards. Tate Cutler, 3 for 30. Josiah Bosco has 2 rushes for 6 yards, and Dawson McAnally has 1 rush for 8 yards. That one just happened to be a touchdown. Receiving, Dawson McAnally has 2 catches for 9 yards. Cash Harris, 1 reception for 10 yards. And Ammon Lee has 1 reception for no yards gained. And that's it. Not a lot to talk about. Most of it coming on the ground, and Sugar just eating a ton of clock off the board.
Yeah, like you said, Sugar's not really used to having games this close at halftime. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out of the half, because I'm sure their coaching staff is happy with how they've been producing, but the score doesn't show maybe the difference in this game quite yet.
Yeah, I think they've been right there, but like you said, just not quite able to get something done. The offense needs to stay on the field a little bit longer. That defense has got to be tired. But I think the offense, they're there. They've had a good mix of run and pass, but obviously it doesn't show in the yardage situation outside of that first possession. So thanks for joining us here on the Next Steps Idaho Halftime Show. Again, remember, if you're wondering what's next for your life or career, be sure to check out Next Steps Idaho. They can help you lead the life you want to live. We'll be right back with the start of the second half here on IdahoSports.com.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the East Idaho Prepcast covers every inch of District 5 and District 6 activities in Idaho.
Just think about this. The Highland Ram cheerleaders won their 14th 5A title in the past 15 seasons. And then they went on to win the national competition in California.
Hosted by Sean Kane, the East Idaho Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. Or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
Well, is Irmac really the best hospital for pediatric care? I mean, aren't all ERs the same?
Not all ERs are the same. Irmac's ER has been delivering high-level clinical care for over 3 decades. As a Level 2 trauma and burn center, Irmac is well equipped to handle pediatric injury and illness. All Irmac ER nurses have higher-level pediatric certifications, and that's just not common in all ERs. And this expertise and experience is found only at Irmac.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Welcome back, everybody, as Templeton has taken back to the field. Again, the classic high school football halftime where they put 15 minutes on the clock and the team, at least one team doesn't show up until there's zeros on the clock, and then they add 3 more minutes. You know, I always say, just make it 18 minutes, and then we all know, but then they would come out and they would be 21 minutes. It's
kind of like how sometimes you tell certain family members when things start, and it's really an hour later, but you tell them it starts at 3 when it's really 4 because they know.
We want to eat at 4. We're going to tell them 3 so that they show up at 3:45.
Exactly.
And then you're right on the money. So thanks for joining us here for the Rocky Mountain Rumble on IdahoSports.com. Hey, Grand Peaks is your community health center. They are proud to support the local athletes here in the Upper Valley and keep them healthy on their road to the state tournaments. Grand Peaks, located in St. Anthony and Rexburg, provides affordable medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy services for the entire family. Their healthcare providers and staff are highly trained and experienced in all areas of primary medicine, obstetrics, family dentistry, behavioral health, and prescription services. Grand Peaks is committed to establishing a personal relationship with each patient and providing affordable health care for your family. Visit grandpeaks.org online for a full list of services. Good luck, Diggers, from the entire staff at Grand Peaks Medical Center. Here we go, set for the kickoff to begin the second half. Templeton will kick it deep. They are moving from left to right in the white helmets, white jerseys, and white pants. And that one, a good kick. That one goes out the back of the end zone and across the fence. Heck of a kick there from number 7, River Waltmeyer.
I was watching him do warm-up field goals before the game started, and it was about a 35-yard field goal, and he was actually going over the net, over the scoreboard as well. So he's got a leg on him.
Can boot it. Man. Sugar-Salem in the blue jerseys, blue helmets, white pants. And this is not something I recognized until somebody's pointed it out to me, but this is the first year in Idaho that teams can wear multicolor, like you can wear blue pants and white, or like Sugar is right now, blue jerseys and white pants. You don't have to be blue and blue or white and white. You can be blue and white.
Interesting.
I never noticed that throughout the years. So they'll start off with guess who? Carson Harris up the middle. But that time Templeton stays home. Harris only picks up 2, and we'll say 3. And I think that's a key for Templeton is keep these initial runs to 1 or 2 yards because when you get in 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, it's just too easy for Sugar.
Absolutely.
11 and a half minutes to go here, 3rd quarter, and Sugar again just taking their sweet, precious time. Run to the left side. There's some room. Gets a good block out across the 40, across midfield, and it's a foot race now, and he's going to go all the way in for the touchdown. No, Tate Cutler is caught from behind. I spoke too soon. Tate Cutler gets down to the 7-yard line. I thought he was gone, and I think he's mad at himself right now that he slowed up just a little bit. But Waltmeyer, we just talked about him kicking the ball. He's the one who catches up to Cutler.
And that was some incredible blocking by number 66, Ryan Bingham. We mentioned him a couple times already on the broadcast. He was lead blocking all the way down the field, and I think he pushed his man about 20 yards. You ever seen the blind side? It kind of looked like that.
Exactly. And that he did. Around the 40-yard line, he just closed off that edge and allowed Cutler to get around. So 1st and goal here for Sugar-Salem. Handoff will go to McAnally, and he's going to go in for his 2nd touchdown of the day. 2 rushes for Dawson McAnally, 2 8-yard touchdown runs for him. He says, let's put that ball right there every time.
I mean, his number's 17 on the jersey, but might as well be number 8 today, like you said. And he's putting 7 on the board every single time.
So that might have been the shortest drive of the game for Sugar-Salem time-wise, as they went 80 yards in 3 plays as the kick is up low but good. 80 yards, 3 plays in 1 minute and 13 seconds. So just like that, 21-0, and that's not the start that Templeton wanted to have coming out of halftime.
And, you know, we pointed it out that Sugar doesn't play very many close games, and this might have been a halftime speech that the Sugar-Salem coaching staff has been in their back pockets for a long time.
Put him
waiting
away
to do this. Yep. And the boys responded.
I mean, if we look last year at what Sugar-Salem did, if it'll pull up here. There we go. I don't think they had many close games at all. They did not. They beat everybody by a lot. 48-16 over Soda Springs, 69-0 against Filer, 51-21 against Shelley, as there's the kickoff. And it'll be scooped up at the 20-yard line. Templeton trying to find something here on the return. There's some room over here on the near side. And once again, a good return. And he fights off one defender, and now he's up close to midfield. So 2 kickoff returns in a row go down to the 48-yard line for Templeton.
That was some pretty shifty footwork as well. And, I mean, he had number 7, Hagan Morris, fighting for his life to stay up on his feet. And he did end up making the tackle still, but
I thought he should have just tried to outrun him on the side, but he gets past him anyways. But the Sugar schedule, they beat Star Valley 34-7, Marsh Valley 63-0, Layton Christian, Utah 28-9, Teton 56-6, South Fremont 47-19, Fruitland in the playoffs 48-21, Teton playoffs 60-21. State championship against Homedale was their closest game, 20-15. So here's a run to the left side. They'll spread it, and Sugar-Salem is not giving up on that one. Tackled outside. Riley Williams with the stop for a loss of about 5 yards.
That's the type of tackle that will make a coach proud as well. Staying square right under the ball carrier.
And I'm not sure if Sugar trailed at all last year. They did against Homedale. Homedale took a lead in that one, but they ended up coming back and winning, obviously. Chavez looking to throw. He's got a man just a little bit out of his reach. A lot of contact, and he took a big licking in the backfield. Looked like number 54, Austin Rumsey, got a hit on him.
You know, it's interesting in high school football, the differences in the rules of protecting the quarterback compared to college football and the NFL. Like, you would think in high school football they'd want to protect them the most.
And, you know, I've seen that the first 2 weeks where guys get knocked down and they don't do anything about it. You can't blink at a quarterback in college or high school without it being a penalty, or college or NFL.
Any contact or any body weight on them is a penalty every time.
Chavez works out of it, and he's going to chuck it downfield and just out of the reach. He had a man. He wanted to reach number 12, Monroe Hammers, but just not able to get it there. Or that's probably Hamers, excuse me. It's 4th and long, and Templeton will be forced to punt.
A very tough situation for Templeton. That was a drive that only lasted about a minute. They're not used to passing it. They're not used to being down 21-0. I mean, they're an offense built for being either in games or ahead in games.
There's the snap. This one off the side of the foot, and it bounces at the 40. Takes a great Templeton bounce. It'll be scooped up by Josiah Bosco, and he'll get to the 26-yard line. But that hit at that looked really bad coming off the foot. It hit at the 40, and just kept going, though, and ends up rolling for an extra 15 yards.
It's one of the advantages of playing on turf compared to grass.
Yeah, that one would have probably popped up and died right there on the 40 and on grass. But
when those grass fields have those slopes that help for runoff with the rain, and I think it would have hit right on the slope, and who knows what would happen.
Yeah, and even on grass, some people have a really thick grass. Some people have the really thin grass. It just depends on the venue. Here's a pass left side, one of the few we've seen today from Sugar, and it's completed. As again, Chase is a perfect 5 for 5 today, and he throws that one to Cash Harris, a gain of 7.
Selfishly, I really want to see Chase just uncork one, just let it go, and I want to see his arm strength because we've just seen the quick passes.
They're saving that for late November against Homedale.
Absolutely.
Because that's the recipe that exists.
They will definitely meet up.
Sugar. Chase rolling left, and he's going to pick up a first down, scoots out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Pick up of, again, 7 yards, first down for Sugar-Salem. Yeah, Homedale played Filer last night, I think, and won 69-0 or something like that. Just and I don't know 3A fans. Teton, a lot of people are high on Teton this year, but the way it looks, it's going to be another date between Homedale and Sugar-Salem unless somebody else can step up. First down, and there's that deep pass you were asking for, and a pass interference is going to be called here. A lot of contact.
Yep, good arm.
And it was right there where it needed to be, just too much traffic, and pass interference going to be called.
You know, one thing that's impressed me about both teams as well, I've been trying to watch players after the play, and there's been a lot of good sportsmanship on both sides of the ball. As players are coming by, if there's a jersey stuck in a pad, they've been helping each other. It's been impressive.
Yeah, sometimes you do get it in some games where people are standing over people, taunting them, but overall, that's generally not how it is. It's like, hey, I'm out here, I want to bash in your head, but I'm going to help you up after I
Absolutely.
lay you out on the ground.
Well, and where these teams will likely never meet again, it's good. It's a good experience for both sides.
And a quick screen out to McAnally, and he loses 3 yards. So McAnally loses a few there. It'll be 2nd and 13. Weiser is probably that next team in 3A, but they're still, Weiser's the one who beat Sugar-Salem 2 years ago, and Weiser is just up the road from Homedale. So it's one of those. It's those three that have been
It's
the
in
big
the water,
players.
Water up there.
It's it's the Snake River, right? So part of the Snake River runs right over here, and Homedale's field is literally on the Snake River there. And here's a handoff to Harris, and he gets back the loss by McAnally, and now it's going to be 3rd and 10. The first 3rd and long we've really seen from Sugar-Salem. Or I think that was Cash Harris, on the run.
And I wonder if they'll treat this as 4-down territory where they're inside the 50, or if we'll see them go to the air. They haven't really had any reason to doubt that the ground game will be able to get them 6 or 7 yards.
Right. Do you just play for the 6, 7, and then, hey, 4th and 3? I would assume so. This really isn't a punting area, and it's
like
definitely
you
not
said,
field goal.
They've converted on every single 3rd down so far.
So McAnally takes it outside, and he does not get there. Only gets 1 yard, and there it is. You just mentioned it, the first 3rd down stop here for Templeton. So we'll see what Sugar does. I would assume they're going to go for it here.
Well, the way the defense has been playing today, I think you can trust that if you don't get it, you're still in a good position where we're still in Templeton territory.
So a timeout going to be called. Let's take a quick look. Let's talk about 3A football here. So some of the players, a lot of people, McCall Donnelly, they're playing a tough out-of-conference schedule this year. I think that they think that they're going to be good, and they beat Wood River 42-7 last night. So maybe McCall Donnelly can throw their hat into the ring, and they're in that same conference too, so they're going to be a problem. Buell, a team that people thought maybe was a little bit better, they lost to Weiser last night, 42-21. Fruitland played up a level. Fruitland, we're going over teams that are typically in the mix of this 3A. Fruitland played Columbia and lost 41-14. Gooding beat Jerome in a barn burner 8-0. Gooding has fallen off a little bit since Cam Anderson left for Burley. But Homedale beat Filer. This is what we talked about, 54-7. So Homedale, again, another team. They just reload every year. Teton, a lot of people are high on Teton. They beat Jackson Hole last night, 47-21. The border war there between those two. I think Teton High School is closer to Jackson Hole than any other high school. Sugar would be the next one, but I think they're definitely closer to Jackson. So 4th and 9 here for the Diggers. Chase rolls right, and he throws it, and it's knocked away. So the first incompletion, the first 4th down attempt of the day is knocked down, and Templeton, maybe a little bit of life pumped back into them. Down 21 here, 7:05 to go, and they will have the ball in good field position.
Yeah, and Chase had the man. He was open, but again, Colton Sabira, great deflection on the play.
Kimberly beat Snake River last night, 27-20. Those two are usually in the mix. And then Timberlake really took it to South Fremont, 43-0. Now, Timberlake is going to host Sugar-Salem in a couple weeks. And that Timberlake has been looking a lot better here on first down. Chavez going deep, and that one out of the reach of everyone. And there's a penalty back by the quarterback. So I wonder if we're finally going to get some quarterback contact called. Wait for the call here. They're talking to the Sugar coaches.
I think I saw a chop block signal by our head official down there.
You're right. Chop block called, so we'll move it back 10 yards. But Sugar is going to go up to Timberlake. Timberlake made the playoffs last year. They played at Weiser in the first round, and I did that game on Idaho Sports, and they played them tough. Weiser pulled away late to win that, and I mean very late, but Timberlake was right there with them. So that one should be an interesting one to watch as the season goes along for Sugar-Salem fans. We're planning to be there. We don't know if it'll be audio or video, but either way, you'll be able to hear it or watch it right here on IdahoSports.com. Lance said, I'm going up to the game anyways. I might as well do it in some form. So he's going to be up there. That should be a fun one. I think that Timberlake, a lot of people like this year too at 3A. And there's a quick run, and Sugar-Salem all over it. First one in there, number 65. For the Diggers, that's Dallin Stewart. But really, like we said, when you say 3A football, two names come to mind. Homedale and Sugar-Salem. And that's what it, on paper, that's what it's looking like again.
Well, and winning is so contagious. It is so contagious. Sugar-Salem, I don't believe they had a state championship title before their first one in these last 5 years.
Yes, and it's been a recent thing for them over the last 5-6 years as that run. And they're saying the ball came out, and Sugar says they have it. We'll wait for the call. Okay, so we love these microphones.
Absolutely.
I wish everywhere had it. So the official Peepo was able to let us know that both the Templeton player and the Sugar-Salem player recovered at the same time. Simultaneous possession goes to the offense. So 3rd and long. Here's a screen pass. Nice block, and there's another fumble. And I think Templeton got it back.
One of those situations, you're grateful it went forward 4 or 5 yards.
So back-to-back fumbles by Templeton, and a 3-and-out here for the Eagles as that Sugar-Salem line maybe starting to impose its will there, as Templeton just has not been able to move the ball at all lately.
And again, this is their first game of the season, so there's a lot of adjustments to be made. Maybe don't have their sights set on who's going to be starting where, who's going to be playing, plugging in different places, and so they'll work these things out throughout the season.
And this punt much better than the last one, and the ball came out, but falling right back onto it was Bosco. Or he just fell down. It looked like he might have lost the ball. Okay. I'm curious to see who this is on because Bosco just waved his arm in a circle like he said, I called a fair catch, but I never saw that. So either they're saying, oh, yeah, you're right, you did do that, or he's going to get basically unsportsmanlike taunting at the ref. But I did you see an arm?
I thought I did see him do it, but it was while the ball was just bare. Like he knew it right when it got kicked into the air. It was kind of early for a fair catch. So maybe the officials, I mean, they're bringing everybody in here, so they're trying to see if anybody had eyes on them because maybe the official that was looking at it wasn't quite ready for the signal because it was an early fair catch signal.
Okay, and I don't think anybody touched it because I thought he dropped the ball. It looked like he dropped the ball. Maybe he just went down with the ball, and if there was any contact, it was very incidental.
An excellent job by our officiating crew there, getting all together, figuring out who saw what, how do we interpret this. I mean, that's good officiating right there.
Fresh set of downs here for Sugar-Salem, 4:54 on the clock here in the third. Carson Harris with the reception out wide, and he's going to lose a yard.
Very few negative plays for the Diggers today.
The late game here in Idaho last night was Idaho Falls and Thunder Ridge for Sugar-Salem fans listening. Went to overtime. I don't think it got over till after midnight. They changed the location of the game from Thunder Ridge to Rabston, and there was thunderstorms all night, and games got delayed all over the place. As here's a run up across the 25 down to the 28-yard line. Pick up of about 5. But Idaho Falls wins in overtime. So nice job there by Idaho Falls getting a win over 5A Thunder Ridge. Idaho Falls, one of those schools that it's a big school, but just traditionally has struggled over the last 10, 15 years in football. It would be nice to see Idaho Falls take a step forward.
And a competitive conference as well. And
yeah, it's very tough. Skyline is just good. And here comes Chase. He'll roll right and throw, and that one's caught by Cash Harris. He's across the 45 down to the 46-yard line, first down, Sugar.
And a lot more throwing this half by the Diggers here. And I mean, maybe just seeing what they have, a couple different plays that they maybe haven't ran this season much or in these 2 games, and just trying to keep open their film as well to let teams know, hey, we can throw the ball as well.
Yeah, there's a little play action there, opened everything up, and Cash Harris on the reception. Down to 3 minutes and 10 seconds, and Sugar just taking their time. First and 10. Here's a handoff up the middle, but that one's wrapped up quickly by Templeton. Looks like number 50 on the tackle there. That's Ethan Lane on the stop for the Tigers.
Any football fanatics that live in Rexburg that are just coming to the Rumble to watch are seeing a lot different than they saw in the nightcap last night between Rigby and Lehigh. A lot of no-huddle offense, a lot of spread offense. 10 plays in a minute.
No, yeah.
and right now we're seeing every single second of the play clock off on both sides of the ball.
I think pretty much outside of that Marsh Valley game early on, everything was just run and gun. Those offenses were. Highland plays like that too, and just a lot of points scored yesterday through the air. McAnally doesn't score on that one, so a poor play in his book after he had 2 runs and 2 touchdowns. That one picks up about 5. They'll say a pickup of 6, actually. Sugar just, you don't even see that huddle from many schools at all anymore either.
No, there's always 100 hand signals on the sideline.
Carson Harris rolls forward down to the 45. It'll be third. Well, that was third down, so this will be 4th and 1. Yeah, last night Rigby would run up to the line, and then they would look back for the call. They would rush up, and Lehigh would do the same thing. And you saw Minico do that in their game with Desert Hills, as Desert Hills kept doing that, and Minico said, well, we gotta do it too to keep up. And so they would run up and do that as well. So here's the 4th down play. Sugar trying to get them to jump, and great job there by Templeton. They don't give into it. And they'll sneak forward and chase. The far official indicates he's going to be short.
I believe a fumble.
Oh, he fumbled it. Yeah, he fumbled it. Chase tried to go down low. It gets knocked away. Templeton just hanging around right now. It's time for their offense to step up. This is the time. The defense has played not bad, all things considering.
I mean, other than the first or that first possession out of the half, really there hasn't been any like huge plays that have been like threatening to the whole entire game.
And that was a Tate Cutler like 60-yard run that really opened that one up. So 1st and 10 for Templeton. And here's a run left side. This one will pick up 3 yards. 2nd and 7 coming.
It looks like we're winding down at the end of the third quarter as well with only 10 seconds left. I would have liked to see Templeton get one more play in before the end of the quarter.
Yeah, and that'll bring it down. So after 3, 21-0, Sugar-Salem on top. We'll take a quick break and be back with the fourth quarter on IdahoSports.com.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Taylor Chevrolet is proud to support Sugar-Salem Athletics. Taylor Chevrolet has been serving the Upper Valley for over 90 years with excellent service and a stellar sales team. Taylor Chevrolet is home for oil changes for life. That's right, buy any new or used vehicle and never worry about your oil again. Taylor Chevrolet is your Southeast Idaho auto leader with a wide selection of Chevrolet and Cadillac models. Come in today and get the vehicle you want with oil changes for life. Stop by their Rexburg location or online at TaylorChev.com. This one's going to be kept by Chavez, and he's got room to run. He's across the 45 for a first down at the 44.
And he was really only one digger away from really having a lot of open space there.
And he's got speed. We've seen him do it on kickoffs. We saw that other run he had, and if he can just get to the second level, watch out. And they waste no time getting to the line. Here's a handoff, and stumbling across back to the original line of scrimmage is number 19, Daxton Kalagna. And now the wind has shifted about 30-ish degrees. Now it's blowing the opposite way across the field, but still back to the right. Second down, read option, and Chavez keeps it, and he gets 2 yards.
Chavez very good at getting something out of nothing. Very rarely does he have a negative play.
Number 25 for Templeton is down. That is Cohen Sizemore, so hopefully he's okay. While they attend to him, let's talk about Grand Peaks Medical Center. They are proud to support local athletes and keep them healthy on their seasons, every season long. Grand Peaks, located in St. Anthony and Rexburg, provides affordable medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy services for the entire family. Their healthcare providers and staff are highly trained and experienced in all areas of primary medicine, obstetrics, family dentistry, behavioral health, and prescription services. Grand Peaks is committed to establishing a personal relationship with each patient and providing healthcare, affordable healthcare for your family. Visit grandpeaks.org online for a full list of services. Good luck, Sugar-Salem, from all the staff at Grand Peaks Medical. Since 1983, Harold Harris Construction has been family-owned and operated, serving all of southeast Idaho and western Wyoming. Harold Harris Construction proudly supports Sugar-Salem Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck here in today's game. Also, Kelly Canyon, they want to wish all the eastern Idaho teams playing in the Rocky Mountain Rumble the best of luck this weekend. Winter is right around the corner, so no matter your ski level, there is a place for you at Kelly Canyon, and soon. Doug and the folks at Kelly Canyon also want to give a special shout-out to all the youth in the Upper Valley Grid Kid organization. Many of those kids will be playing in these games this weekend in just a couple of years, so be sure to thank all those involved in the Upper Valley Grid Kid organization. Have a great season, all those kids there in Upper Valley Grid Kid. We have broadcasted the Upper Valley Grid Kid Championships the past couple of seasons. And Doug told me where those were going to be this year. I think it's at Rigby.
And which age group does that hit?
So last year it was 4th through 8th grade. And so that's all sorts of teams from essentially St. Anthony all the way down to, I think, into Pocatello. But like last year, the Firth had a couple of teams in the grid kid that were playing for a championship. Rigby had like, half of them. Thunder Ridge had a few. So it's just the kids' ball, and they will be. And a lot of those kids a lot of these kids for Sugar-Salem played in that Upper Valley grid kid growing up, and most of the athletes here from Eastern Idaho have played in that organization. So here we go, 3rd and 9. Chavez in the shotgun. Templeton really needs a first down here. He'll roll right into traffic, and he's going to be sacked for a huge loss. They're going to spot him at the 45, and that's generous.
That's very generous.
Because he went down around the 37. So officially a loss of 11. Wow, that's even up to the 46, so a loss of 10 officially. Man, that probably should have been back further. 10 minutes to go in this one here in the 4th quarter. Templeton trying to get the right personnel out there.
That's one hard part of it in your first game of having an injured player. You don't remember your backups.
Good punt here. It hits at the 25, and it's going to be down to the 24 by number 4, Bennett or Rodre. So that's where Sugar-Salem will take over. 9:42 on the clock. There is I would think you might see Sugar just try to eat up as much of this clock as possible here. 9:42 to go. We know that they can eat 5 to 6 minutes per possession. Chase waits in the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself. He's up to the 30, and that's where he goes down, gain of 6. They'll actually mark him at the 31. So there, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You know, Chase being a first-year varsity starter, I'm really impressed with the poise that he shows. He looks like an old veteran.
Yeah, it looks like he's done that, been there, done that before.
And like I said, I haven't had a lot of experience watching Sugar-Salem football, but I would assume he got into a lot of games last year.
Yeah, Sugar, you saw this. We read through the numbers, what they did this last season. As Harris rolls forward, I think he's about a yard short. It's going to be spotted at the 33. They need the 34 for a first down. Third and 1. This is the time for Templeton to make a stop. Chase rolls left, floats it up, and knocked away. The defender came in at the right moment. That's River Waltmeyer. Made sure the contact waited until the pass was there and knocks it away from the defender. I thought maybe Waltmeyer could have had an opportunity maybe to reach for that thing and try and pick it off.
It was kind of an interesting play call as well, because the Diggers have shown that they can get 1 yard, and they're going for it here on 4th down, but maybe they just wanted to see, give it a chance, see what's out there. Want
to see what they can do with the one play, and now say, okay, we'll just go back to the gravy here, and we'll give it to Carson Harris. He's the man back there, and Carson Harris gets it, and he does have the first down up to the 40-yard line, 41-yard line, 1st and 10 Sugar.
Carson Harris, we haven't seen a lot of action from Carson Harris here in the second half, but the stats won't tell you that.
No, he is. He had over 130 yards in the first half, and he's probably got a roughly 20 here in the second. So a big day for Carson Harris on the ground. $7:55 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Here's a handoff. This one goes to the right, and tripped up is number 8, Tate Cutler. They'll put him at the 45, a gain of 4. Cutler, of course, had that long run to open up the second half.
Another thing that I've been impressed with the Diggers, you know, as good as they are, they seem like they have good sideline participation as well. That's something that I think is underrated in high school football. You can tell when the vibes are good all around with the team, and we've seen a lot of good encouragement from the sideline as well.
Harris gets this one, and he's across midfield, and he's got the first down to the 48-yard line. So once again, just enough to move the sticks for Sugar-Salem. And a whistle here. Asking the clock to reset to 7 minutes. And now it'll start. So now we're under 7 minutes, 6:55 on the clock as Sugar will snap this one. They'll take some more time off the clock, and a drop back and a throw, and that one dangerous. It looked like I thought he was going to drop back deep to pass it, but then it turned more into a screen. But traditionally on a screen, you see all the defenders up in their face, and they weren't there. They kind of snuffed it out.
Yeah, and had that been completed, who knows where that goes? They might end up having a worse consequence on that play
and
for
this,
the intended receiver.
This is something I talked about yesterday. As a receiver, if you know, if I catch this, I'm going to lose 3 yards, do you just let it go? But you don't want to not catch a ball, but also you don't want to lose 3 yards.
Absolutely.
Chase rolls to the right, and we've got a penalty flag here as he picked up about 14 yards, but I think it's all going to come back. So holding on the offense, and that hold was about a yard downfield, so this should make it 2nd and 19.
First holding of the game from either side. That's another penalty that seems to happen all the time, and then some games you don't realize it hasn't been called until the fourth quarter.
Oh, and I love this game has been great. There have been some penalties, but it's ones that are pretty obvious, and you got to call them. And sometimes you just get into them where it is flag after flag after flag. But, you know, the head official today, Mr. Peepo, doing a great job down there, and his crew. Thanks for all the officials do. It's such a tough job. Drifting left and throws it out of bounds. You know, talked about there was official shortages, and in some areas of the state, teams have to play on Thursday night so that some officials can get to their game Thursday and then get to the one on Friday. And I've seen it with other games where they have to move it earlier in the day so they can do a game and drive up the road to catch the next game. But it's a thankless job, right? Nobody really knows you're there until they don't want you there.
Absolutely.
That is
not one I envy by any means, but I am very appreciative of.
Yeah, you know, they don't happen. Sports don't happen without them. So thanks to all the officials, both here and then in the Templeton area, for what they do to help high school sports keep rolling on. 6:34 to go here in the fourth quarter. Chase dropping back again, rolls left, and that one out of the reach of Carson Harris, and tried to corral it in was Caden Dalling. He hits the ground. He wanted a chance to have a reception.
Well, and you saw several Templeton defenders there giving him a high five as he's coming back, telling him, hey, that was a nice try.
And a flag down. I wonder if it's
could be an ineligible man downfield. He was quite far down.
He was far down, or an illegal touch by a lineman that wasn't eligible, but it was deflected by Harris before that.
Well, in Sugar-Salem, not used to having plays that require 4 to 5 seconds of dropping back.
And that was a long time that Chase went back for that. And credit to Templeton. They are not allowing that screen to open up like Sugar wants.
You know, we've said it before, too. Only 21-0 still.
So unsportsmanlike conduct on Sugar, and you saw Dalling kind of open his arms like, what did I do? So I'm not sure if it was on him or not, but nothing looked ill intent in that, just more frustration that he didn't catch it, unless he said something else, I don't know. But that makes it 4th and 34. Go in the playbook for that one. So Sugar, a rare punt, and McAnally will punt it. It takes a good Sugar roll. And that hit the back of a Templeton player. At least Sugar thought it did. The official was quick to down the ball right there at the 29, though.
Yeah, the official must have been sure that it wasn't touched, because a lot of the time you let that type of play go and then you talk about it.
Because Templeton was getting blocked, and that's another one where you blocked into something.
During the kick, the receiving team touched the ball. The kicking team possessed the ball. First down, Sugar-Salem.
Okay, so it's going to be right there at the 29.
So it must be a dead ball on those?
And, you know, because like an onside kick, and that's what you just don't. You don't see a situation right there where it's going to turn into a touchdown. Usually it's a muff, and everybody's going at it in that case. But like an onside kick, I don't think you can advance at that.
Yes.
And so I'm wondering if that is
same principle.
It's a dead ball wherever it's picked up. So Sugar-Salem, it bounces their way on that punt, and they'll retain possession down at the 29-yard line. 6:16 to go here in the game. Run right side. Tate Cutler picks up a couple.
Good enough for a 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 7. Number 54, Johnny Pichon.
Clock still ticking now. Under 6 minutes to go. Sugar-Salem again, another play of 3 or 4 yards, and that's what they've been doing, and it works. I mean, a lot of teams like the flashy stuff, but all you need to do is exactly what the Diggers are doing right now. Chase kicks it out to Bosco, and he picks up about 5 yards. Down to the 22. It'll be 3rd and 3.
That was an excellent seal block by number 8, Tate Cutler over there. Though you don't always see great seal blocks by receivers or running backs, and Sugar-Salem's offense kind of demands it. And the players are clearly bought in with that. You have to buy into blocking as receivers.
Yeah, and that's just the way it is for them. The way they play offense, you know, those receivers are not – that's their job. They're not going to be putting up 150 yards of receiving every game, but they're going to be out there blocking. This time they'll look to throw it, and knocked away. Intended receiver was Ammon Lee, incomplete. So now 4th down and 3. So in the first half, Sugar-Salem converted all of their 3rd down attempts, and here in the second, that has not been the case.
I actually can't remember a third down that they've converted in the second half. If any, maybe on the second possession of the second half. I can't remember.
I can't know because the first possession they never had a third down.
It was just 3 plays.
And a timeout going to be called here by the Diggers. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back on IdahoSports.com.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
And welcome back. As across the way, I can see the Lewiston Bengals warming up as they make the long trip. They might have had a longer trip than anybody here except for Templeton. All of the Utah teams, maybe the one in St. George, Desert Hills came up from St. George, that might have been longer than Lewiston, but there are not many others that had a longer drive. And that's a team in the state of Idaho. 4th down and 3 yards to go here for Sugar-Salem. Carson Harris gets the carry, and I believe he's got just enough for a first down. If you don't know where Lewiston is up, not in the Panhandle in North Idaho, but just south of it. There is no easy way to get from Lewiston to here. Either you go all the way down to Boise and then all the way across, or you go all the way up to Coeur d'Alene, through Montana and down, or you can take that low pass road through the mountains that's just a zigzag all the way to Missoula. There is no good way to make it from Lewiston to here.
And they must enjoy coming because they came last year as well. So they know the type of travel and the type of toll it might take on their players, but they're still here again, and we welcome them back.
And Harris picks up another 10 yards. He's got a first down again on the ground. Let's see, where does... What does Google Maps say to
Actually,
Lewiston?
just barely did it. It was just over 8 hours.
8 hours. And which way does it say to go? Oh, it says to go through the pass. So you go through the Nez Perce Clearwater National Forest on Highway 12. That is the most scenic drive I think you could ever do. And Harris is blown up in the backfield. You don't see that often, and he somehow still manages 2 yards, but he got hit immediately. I'm telling you, there's a road that just goes through the middle of the state, and that's where it says to go. 8 hours and 45 minutes to go that way. And if you go through Boise, it would take you 9 hours and 19 minutes. That is, but I don't know if you want to take a bus on that road. I mean, it is hours of
I was
twisty.
going to say, and a bus too will add you more time as well.
That is a long, long road to Missoula. So 2nd and 5. And this one handed off. McAnally, he'll run outside, and McAnally will go in for a touchdown. So 4 runs for McAnally. 3 of them go for scores. That time a 5-yard run by Dawson McAnally. So that one at the 3:35 mark.
On the field to attempt the extra point, number 13, Porter Teichert.
Extra point coming here from Sugar-Salem. That one's up and good. 28-0 the score now, as the Diggers all over Templeton right now. So obviously we just mentioned it's roughly 9 hours from here to Lewiston. If you St. George is where Desert Hills High School was. That's only 7, so it's 2 hours longer for Lewiston than any of the other teams here outside of Templeton. My goodness. Let's see, Templeton, how many hours is that?
Got to be 13 or 14, I would assume.
15 and a half.
Oof.
15, about 15 hours if they go through Vegas. So, I mean, only 6 hours longer than Lewiston, who is a team in the state of Idaho. But, I mean, there's been multiple times where, you know, if a Malad or Preston, you're from Preston, we're having to play a Bonners Ferry, it would be closer for you guys down there to go to Las Vegas and play somebody or St. George than it would be to even play in your own state.
Right.
So I think last year Grangeville, as this one's kicked off and caught down at the 11. Not Chavez returning. He had been the one. And once again, a good return across the 45. Every return has been between the 50 and 45 for them so far here, you know, outside of that very first one.
And that's something really encouraging for Templeton, but also something for the Diggers to be able to nitpick, because coaches are always looking for something to improve on, to help their teams, even in situations where it's a 28-0 game. And that's something the Diggers will need to address moving forward in the season. And Templeton, some encouraging points moving forward as well.
So first down, 3.5 minutes to go. Templeton hands it off right side and trying to find some room and a good patient run. That time by number 19, Kalagna, and he picks up 7 yards? 6 yards on that carry. Very patient, waiting for his blockers to open the hole. Here's the handoff on the left, and maybe 2 yards that time. 3rd and 2 coming up.
You know, speaking of distance, I remember as a senior in high school, had we won our last game of the season, we would have qualified for state, and we would have been going to Sandpoint.
Oh,
which
man.
is a long drive, and the team that beat us went to Sandpoint and lost 73-7. So I think, I mean, as much as you want to make the playoffs,
that would be fun.
I think that drive and the loss ended up being okay.
And this one is going to be short, no gain. Sandpoint has okay, so this facility is probably the best facility-wise in the state. Sandpoint has got to be in the top 3 in terms of the scene-wise. Very similar. They have a covered, their stadium is covered because it rains and snows a lot up there. Sandpoint way up in the chimney, right, if you're looking at it on a map. And their stadium faces Lake Pend Oreille. So across the way is just a huge mountain lake with mountains all around it. So 4th down and Desert Hills. We were just talking about them. Templeton has a first down across the 40. The ball came out. The officials point towards Sugar-Salem, and the Diggers will take back over. Nothing going right now for the Eagles. They finally pick up a first down, and in doing so, fumble the ball, and Sugar-Salem takes back over.
It's going to leave a sour taste in Templeton for the long drive, and we do appreciate them coming for the Rumble, though. It's been awesome to see their participation. We love having any teams, especially from different places, not places like, I mean, we love our Utah schools as well, but we love seeing other states represented.
It is very cool to see places that don't come. I mean, last year, Laguna Beach played at Homedale. Like, how do those two even connect, Laguna Beach and Homedale?
Yeah.
And just fun to see when Idaho schools play schools from different areas of the country. And this time a run outside, out of bounds by Bosco. And Homedale won that game resoundingly. Just played very well. 1:27 on the clock. Second down. Really, only a couple of plays, and this one will be over. As if he hadn't run out of bounds, we'd probably be under a minute before this one is snapped. And they're just going to take a knee.
I was wondering when that was going to come, and I wondered if they wanted to try for one more first down before doing so.
And I think they might have told Bosco, go down in bounds, please. Don't
maybe don't do that again.
don't run out of bounds. So we're under a minute now as teams shaking hands. So this is third down. They'll take the snap and take a knee as soon as the official gives the 5-second, 4, 3, 2, and there's the knee. And I think they will have to snap the ball one more time. As there's 35 seconds left, this might be a snap it, wait 3 seconds, and then take the knee. And this affects your stat line. I'm just kidding. I mean, it's going to go down as an unconverted third down and an unconverted fourth down, but it doesn't matter.
It's one of those where you hope the officials are, look the other way.
Okay, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen here. They're just going to let it go as the teams exchange handshakes. Again, thank you for Templeton for making the trip. Thanks for all the Templeton fans that watch for home. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the Idaho Transportation Department Player of the Game right after this.
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Welcome to What If, Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I have my seatbelt on.
And welcome back, everybody. As final score here from Madison High School, Sugar-Salem takes down Templeton from California by the score of 28-0. All that's left to do is to name our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Again, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. And, we had a little discussion. And one player scored a lot of touchdowns. But outside of that, didn't do a ton. I mean, still did a lot, but got the ball in good situations. But the player that I think earned it the most was number 44, Carson Harris.
Absolutely. Harris set the tone early with 2 long runs in the first quarter when the Sugar-Salem offense was kind of struggling. And every single time that they had a third down and short, everyone knew where the ball was going. It didn't matter. Harris was able to convert.
Yeah, Carson Harris, 19 rushes for 177 yards. 9.3 yards per carry. Dawson McAnally, he had 3 touchdown runs, but only had 5 total runs. So 3 of his 5 ones for touchdowns and only on 25 yards. So he got it done. He was efficient in his 5 carries and scored. But, man, Carson Harris, just a phenomenal game. 19 rushes for 177 yards. Well, this has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2023 Rocky Mountain Rumble, presented by Teton Auto Group and Ermac Pediatrics. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Next Steps Idaho, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Project Filter, your local Toyota dealer, and the Idaho Department of Transportation. Again, congratulations to Sugar-Salem, I should say, for the 28-0 victory, and for our player of the game, Carson Harris. Thanks to everybody here at Madison that helped us get these broadcasts to you at home or wherever you may be. And just trying to think if there's anybody else we need to thank. There's a lot of people that put everything into this to help it come to be. Again, we have other games. Everybody that's involved in the Rocky Mountain Rumble, I should say. There's a lot of other people behind the scenes doing stuff to help that happen. So, again, thank you to all of them. For my broadcast partner today, Dallin Fryer, I'm Logan Green, and we've got game number 2 of the day coming up right after this.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted